Hi, I'm Jen with IdeateTV, and I am here with Miss Jeanne Sleeper, and she is part of the Women Hall of Fame. And we would love to know, how did you get into it, and what exactly is the Women Hall of Fame?
Okay, the Women Divers Hall of Fame was started in the year 2000. And there was a group of us that were inducted who were just sort of the old broads that had been hanging around diving for a long time, doing all the fun stuff. And as time has gone on now, we get about 10 or 15 new members a year that are nominated and then voted on by the membership. And it's women who are doing things in fresh and saltwater environments, everything from marine biology to archaeology, photography, wetlands, fish propagation. I mean, really everything and anything, yeah. And our purpose is to promote diving and promote women in diving and women with careers in diving. And so all the things we do are aimed at raising money, and then we give it all away. So about $75,000 a year. So far, we've given away $500,000 in $1,500, $1,000, and $2,000 chunks, either as scholarships or grants.
Amazing.
And I'm really proud to say that one of the decisions I made in my personal estate planning, because I'm really getting old, is that I give the Hall of Fame $2,000 every year for a grant that goes to a woman who's already an instructor, who needs some money to get some extra training or some extra equipment so that she can enhance her role as an instructor. And I've helped women from all over the world now with my grant. And reading my grant applications every year that come in is a happy, happy time for me.
Hey, well, that's so amazing. I think that's a beautiful thing that you're doing for women. So, for an example, if someone wanted to be a marine biologist and really want to train for it, she could get nominated and then get the funds to continue her training.
She applies.
Yes.
It's a public offering worldwide. The applications are on our website. And then there are committees that review all of them, because we obviously get many more applications than there are scholarships and grants.
Amazing. So what was your role in being part of the Women Hall of Fame? How did you get into it? What sparked the passion?
Well, I got nominated because of my work in diver education. So when I was a relatively new instructor, I became the Mid-America branch manager for NAUI, which was pretty unheard of. The first time a woman had ever had that job.
Yeah.
And I did that for a few years as a part-time job. And then I got invited to come to NAUI headquarters in California at that time and become the editor of their magazine, the organizer of their trade show, like this kind of a show, and running instructor programs worldwide.
Oh my gosh. So you're helping women all over the world, teaching them diving because of what you represent for this.
Right. And while I was there, I wrote books for NAUI on the legal aspects of diving, ice diving, cave diving, wreck diving, deep diving.
Amazing.
So I was with NAUI for 6 years, and then I decided to go out and start my own business. And while I was doing that, I worked part-time for Skin Diver magazine as an associate editor and wrote the advanced diving column. I started taking pictures. I was really terrible. But I got better.
You can only get better with practice.
I got better.
Yes, I love that.
And so then I started getting my pictures published, and more people got to know me. I got my boat captain's license along the way.
Congratulations!
So I was just really involved in the industry, even though my main income once I left NAUI was outside the industry.
Yeah.
So I've been a NAUI instructor for 50 years now.
Wow.
And, I love it.
You love what you do, and now you're giving back.
And I just closed my business last year. And now my full-time job is diving the world and taking pictures.
I love that. Amazing. And last question, where is your favorite place to dive?
Oh, I have a regional bias. So my regional bias is, I think, the kelp forests of California. Around are fabulous. But if I had to pick someplace warm, I love Indonesia. And there's so many great resorts there And the diving is a little different depending on where you are, but Wakatobi is my favorite resort.
Oh, Wakatobi. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so a little plug for them. And I just got back a week ago from Atlantis Resort in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
And I was there for several weeks and did a lot of muck diving.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I thought muck diving was diving in the mud. It's not.
What is muck diving?
Think of loose gravel on a little bit of a slope.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not mud.
It's not mud.
But it's loose so that an animal that wants to dive in and hide can just disappear in this really tiny little gravel, like the size of the gravel in an aquarium.
Wow.
And I mean, we bobbit worms and wonderpuss and octopus, so many frogfish, so many things. So we spent literally 2 weeks diving on these little loose gravel slopes, just finding new wonderful things.
I love that for you.
Yeah, it was great.
Amazing. Well, we're going to end this interview here. Would you like to say anything else and how somebody could get into the Hall of Fame if they wanted to?
Well, getting into the Hall of Fame, you have to be nominated and then have a pretty strong background in whatever your part of the underwater world is. And about 10 or 12 are inducted into the Hall. But for those who are not inducted members, we have associate membership. And if you're at the show, come by our booth and pick up this piece of paper, scan the QR code, and for $32, you can be an associate member.
Okay.
And the value of that is you get our newsletter, but you qualify then to go on our trips.
Okay.
And we do 2 or 3 trips a year. And can you imagine, especially if you're a woman, being able to go on a dive trip where everybody is super competent, is a knowledge expert about something, loves being in a sorority environment with other women whose goal is to bring young women up through the system. It's just a win-win-win, plus you get fabulous diving.
I'm already feeling excited for it. I want to join. Thank you so much, Miss Sleeper. And this is IdeateTV, and now you know, Miss Jeanne Sleeper with the Women of Hall of Fame.